Hey, it's the Empire, Geoboxing Empire, Bachelor Boxing. Nah, man, my boy, Rolly Romero, my boy, TMT fighter, man. He's a big deal. He's under the guidance and uh, the guidance and the control under Floyd Mayweather. You know, TMT Promotions. And the thing is, my boy is a superstar. Why do I say that? He's a superstar because Floyd said he's a superstar. Plus, he's a 135 fighter. He went up to 140 and he beat an opponent at 140, right? That's a big statement for a contender to make at 135. And there's been rumblings, or actually, Floyd confirmed that he wanted Devin Haney versus Romero. So that would be a really big fight, man. I'm really excited to see that fight. And if you didn't know, Devin Haney's always training with Floyd Mayweather, man. He's always training with him. If you actually can see him when he was like, in his teens, training with Floyd Mayweather. So Devin Haney's always been training with Floyd Mayweather, so he knows his talent. And Romero has been at the gym for a while, and they sparred before. They already sparred before. And at the Floyd Mayweather gym, they have something called the what do they call it? They say get in the jungle or something like that. They say get in the jungle or something like that. That's what they say. So what happens is they get in the ring and then they have these fighters fight and they turn the rounds off and they just fight it out until Floyd is satisfied. It's real ruthless stuff, man. And it shows the grit of the fighters. And Floyd wouldn't put Romero in a fight with Devin Haney unless he had a chance. Boxing, Floyd Mayweather, formerly known as TBE. He was a boxer, but now he's a promoter now, and he's in the business of making money. He's not in the business of making other guys stars. That being said, he wants to make Rolando Romero a star by fighting Devin Haney. And he wouldn't put him in the ring with Devin Haney unless he thought Devin Haney can be exposed in some assets in his game. Right? A lot of people are looking at Romero's last fight, and I was impressed by his last fight. But some people think, he was just throwing all power shots. Well, yeah, he was fighting Anthony Yickett. He wasn't fighting a Devin Haney. At Devin Haney, you got to be more sophisticated than that. There's some things that fighters could do against a lesser opponent that they wouldn't do against an elite level fighter. That's why people come in with a lot of respect for, when you see two counter punches come in, or you see a power puncher versus a counter puncher, the power puncher might be hesitant to really commit, or you see a guy who throws like 100 punches around, and then they'll fight a counter puncher, and then next thing you know, the bounding puncher is only punching half what he usually throws because he knows he's going to get countered, right? That's the level of stuff I'm talking about with Romero. When he fought Anthony Yickett, he was doing things in that fight that he can only do to lesser opponents, but understand that he's not going to be fighting the same way against Devin Haney. And like I said earlier, Devin Haney, solid fighter, great fighter, but he's never fought a 140 fighter before like Romero. And not only that, Romero has the it factor, he has the power. So we're going to see how this whole thing plays out with Romero and Devin Haney. I thought I'd hype up Romero a little bit because everyone knows about Devin Haney already. Everyone knows that Devin Haney is extremely dangerous. Understand that Devin Haney has had two mandatories that dropped out of the fight because they didn't want to fight him, right? First is Devin the Dream Haney. First was Ryan Garcia, and then it was Jojo Diaz. They both said, nah. So this is wild stuff. Two mandatories did not want to fight him, and Devin Haney's over here trying to beg him. It's like, please fight me. And they're not wanting to do it. So that shows the level and the high IQ of Devin Haney, which was shocking. I still remember the Jorge Linares fight, man. That was a shutout, man. A shutout. Jorge Linares had, a good round. He had a late rally later after the ninth round, or his ninth round on to 12. He had a good rally, but it was too much too late because Devin Haney basically dominated 9 rounds easy. The first 9 rounds of the fight wasn't even close. So that being said, man, we're going to see how this whole Devin Haney Romero fight happens. I'd be really excited to see it. Like I said earlier, you don't have any, not that I know of, too many 135 contenders going up to 140 making a statement out of these 140 get. And it's just looking bad for 140 division. There's even talks of, Mikey Garcia going to 140 again, just cause, why not? Because a lot of the fighters are tied up right now with title fights, right? You got Terrence Crawford fighting Sean Porter. You got Errol Spence Jr. fighting Manny Pacquiao. And what is Mikey Garcia really gonna do, right? I mean, the only person he can really fight now is Danny Garcia. So that being said, man, we're gonna see what happens, man. The 140 division is crazy, man. They're just picking champions from wherever and fighters coming from all kind of weight classes fighting these 140 fighters. But anyway, let me know how you guys feel about it though. Do you guys think this fight would be a great fight? I think it would be a solid fight, man. But they have a history. Floyd knows both of the fighters. He knows their weaknesses. He knows what can be done to win the fight on both sides, or else it wouldn't happen, right? Let me know how you guys feel about it though. Like, comment, subscribe. It's the Empire. Jew Boxing Empire. Peace. Jew Boxing.